Question that I think is on everybody's mind: am I still getting married? What's going on with wedding planning? Do you have any wedding updates? So let's talk about it. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another hairstyling and yap sesh. This has actually become one of my new favorite series on here because I feel like we could just chit chat, have a little fun, talk products, talk life, talk all the things. Today we are digging into another new wash and go combo. I have been receiving so many hair products lately. I have so many new things to try. So this week, this is what we're getting into. I am super excited. So Miche sent me these in a PR package. This is their gel to foam styling mousse, and then this is their tropical oasis anti-humidity gel. I have heard really good things about this combo. My girl Casey specifically has said how much she absolutely loves this combo. She did say to make sure that my hair is like really soaking wet for this. So I got my good old trusty dusty spray bottle filled with filtered water for my shower. Just hope we have a much better experience than we did in our last video. While I'm styling, we are gonna chit chat a little bit. I am answering all of your questions today. I've been receiving so many questions from y'all. I also put up a question box on Instagram as well. We haven't done a Q&A in forever. So yeah, we're getting into that today. We've got some questions, some burning questions that I know y'all are dying to hear about. So let's just get into it. So as always, starting off by really saturating my hair with my spray bottle. And I'm just brushing the water in with my Emania Beauty brush. And I'm going in with the gel first. Ooh. First of all, it smells like literally a tropical oasis. It smells kind of like pineapple. It's not a super sticky jelly like the Curly Magic. It's not like that. It's more of like a thicker, kind of richer gel. Very, very curious to see how this goes. Already, it is really getting in there and defining these curls. Okay, and then I'm going in with the mousse on top. I'm just gonna really smooth that in. And then as always, just kind of like separate the curls out. So far, this feels really nice and juicy. Right, so far so good. These are some really nice, beautiful curl clumps actually. I'm liking what I see, but y'all remember what happened last time, so I'm gonna reserve my thoughts for when my hair is fully dry. Let's just proceed and get into this Q&A because it has been a minute since I've done a Q&A. All right, starting off with one of the lighter questions first. Somebody asked, how often do I trim my hair? I would say I usually trim my hair every 4 to 6 months. Usually, I think these days it probably ends up being closer to like 3 to 5 months. But yeah, that's the general range. I find that my hair, like right around that 4-month mark, my hair is like a little bit more tangly. I'll notice like a little bit more fallout in the shower, maybe a little bit of breakage in the shower, and then I'm like, okay, that's the sign, that is the telltale sign that it is about time to go and book that trim. Man, these curl clumps are looking, they're looking really good. Next question is, when diffusing, what heat protectant do you use when not using the Briogeo foam? Shout out to Briogeo. They're my absolute favorite. So yes, y'all know I love me that Briogeo foam. When I'm not using that foam, I'm gonna be so for real with y'all. A lot of times I don't even remember to add like additional heat protectant. When I do remember, I obviously do try to make sure I'm doing that. Bond Bar actually has a really good heat protectant spray. It just smells really good, and then it has the bonding stuff in it, but then also obviously it's like still an actual heat protectant. I would say that is my most recent like standalone heat protectant favorite. Oh, the curl definition on this is so nice. Like my curls feel really nice and clumpy. Feels good. I do see a little tiny bit of frizziness, but I'm trying not to be picky. Styled and non-styled. The difference is always so crazy to me. All right, next question. What helps with growing your hair the most? If I had to choose like one thing that kind of contributed to my hair growth, let's call it length retention instead of actual hair growth. The actual growth of your hair is mainly a genetic thing, but in terms of length retention and making sure my hair is as healthy as possible, if I had to choose one thing, I think I would say what's been the most helpful is probably just being more gentle with my hair. Like if we're putting finding good quality products to use on a consistent basis to the side, if we're putting like trims to the side, I think in general, just being kinder and more gentle to my hair has really been so good. Like not doing my protective styles anymore, or like those heavy braids. Even when it comes to like my regular hairstyles that I'll do every once in a while, I try to now make them like not so super sleek, like slicked and like super tight and everything. I just try to be a lot more gentle with my hair. I work with it. I don't overwash my hair even for campaigns. I try to really focus on spacing it out and make sure I'm not doing anything crazy. Majority of the time my hair is in a curl sleeve, so really by just being super gentle with my hair, I'm experiencing a lot less breakage and everything. I did do an entire very long detailed video talking about my specific hair growth and length retention regimen. So if you missed that, go back and watch that because that's a really good one. All right, moving along to the question that I think is on everybody's mind. I mean, on every video, I'm getting questions on, am I still getting married? What's going on with wedding planning? Do you have any wedding updates? So let's talk about it. The short answer is I don't even know where to start, honestly. That whole thing is still very much underway, under construction, in progress. It feels so crazy to be saying that because we got engaged 2 years ago. And we did have a plan, we had a solid plan, but things have not been going according to our plan exactly. Just the other night, we're still trying to figure out exactly what works for us, figure out exactly what we want to do. So I say that to say there really is no wedding update yet. Things are still we're still trying to figure it out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the distance has been really like a massive struggle for both of us. And we're still honestly trying to navigate that. It feels really difficult trying to like fully plan a wedding and get like all super excited about it when you're still navigating not even living in the same country together, you know? So yeah, it's been tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's been really tough. We have been going through things. We have been trying to work stuff out. We've been trying to figure everything out. I mean, that is really the update. The update is that there is no update. Anyways, hair is looking good. Next question. How do you manage a long distance relationship as a fiance? Any tips, please? So I'm assuming here that you are probably also in your own long distance relationship or maybe considering one. It is so difficult. It's so hard. It is just the worst. And I am the worst person to ask about it right now because honestly, that's the biggest thing that I have been struggling with lately. It's just been so long for us personally. We have been long distance ever since 2020. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute and I'm sick of it. I'm over it. Like I am really struggling with it. So I don't know. I'm kind of coming from a little bit of a bitter perspective. I just say like, don't do it unless you really feel like the person is like 1000% worth it, because even then it's like still the most difficult thing in the world, especially if you are like in our case and we're in 2 separate countries. It's not so bad if you're like, you know, a state apart or something like that, but if you're in 2 separate countries, it just provides a lot of challenges. Also, it gets really expensive because you gotta travel to see each other. He has to use all his vacation days on like seeing me, which can be a little stressful trying to like rack up enough vacation days to do like certain trips that we want to do. It's just a lot. But in terms of some tips that would be helpful, because like I said, I am a little bitter right now, but helpful tips. Over the years, what we have done is made sure that one, we always make sure we have a trip planned and some sort of plan to kind of look forward to. Also making sure that when we're not together, we are staying in touch as much as possible. Like we always kind of debrief our days. I know either what has happened in his day, I know what's happening tomorrow, what's his plan for his day, and vice versa, he knows mine. So kind of staying in touch like that, you have to obviously be very intentional about making sure that you're actually staying in touch. But the right person and the right, I guess, combination of people, like you can just find ways to make that work without it feeling like stress, because you also don't want to be in a situation where you're going out with your girls and because you're in a long distance relationship, you feel like you have to be talking to him the whole time you're out, or he's like blowing up your line trying to figure out like what's going on. Like this is where pre-communication kind of comes in handy, because I definitely don't suggest that kind of relationship. I personally can't be in a relationship that's like that. But we communicate in terms of, okay, this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm going out with the girls. I'll message you later, or I'll call you on my way home, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like while I'm out with the girls, he's like, what are you doing? Where are you at? Who are you with? Like, we already talked about that. And I'm busy and I don't have time to be checking my phone like that, you know? To me, something like that is a little bit of a red flag when somebody's like blowing up your phone like that. It's just, yeah, at least it's a red flag for me. I don't really like that. But George is not like that at all, thank God. So we have that like good balance of like solid communication. There's also times where I know to expect when he's gonna call me. Like he gets off of work every day at 4, so I know every day around 4 to expect a call. And then we kind of debrief. He tells me about his day, I tell him how my day's going, and then after that we probably end up having like another call later, like before bed, talking a little bit more about our days, or sometimes we'll like watch a show together at night. So those are the ways that we've really tried to stay in touch, try to stay connected, try to stay together, because you just have to be very, very intentional about that, and you kind of have to make sure that you and your partner are on the same page about that. Another thing we do to stay connected is also have little date nights. Usually Fridays or Saturdays or sometimes both. And what we personally like to do, I mean, you can do whatever you and your man or your partner, whoever it may be, love to do, but us, we're TV people. Like we love movies, we love shows. So typically what we'll do is we'll find like either a show or a movie to watch together, and we'll literally turn it on at the same time and be like, ready, set, go. And like we're watching it at the same time. That's always fun. Another way to stay connected. He'll like DoorDash me dinners and stuff on date nights. It's just, I think, bottom line, you overall just need to be very, very intentional. You have to be a lot more thoughtful and a lot more committed to making sure that you're finding ways to stay connected. So yeah, that was a long one. Oh my God, look at this, guys. Look at this. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos how I found a hair that was either cut or, I don't know, broken from my braids. This is it right here. It's so short. It's like growing back or whatever from where it was cut. I think it was cut accidentally from when I had braids last April. But you know, she's slowly but surely growing back. I can never see her until I'm sectioning my hair out and styling it. All right, next question. What are some of your favorite hobbies? Need some inspo going into my late 20s. I love this question because I feel like having a hobby is something that is so underrated. Like you need one. You need one, especially for your mental health. You need a good hobby that is gonna make you feel happy. So I think that's great that you're actually looking for one. Over the years, I've been trying to find new hobbies because content creation really started out as a hobby for me. But because it has become like my full-time job, it's a little different now. And so I've had to try and figure out like, okay, who am I outside of my job? What do I like to do? What fulfills me outside of creating content, which has been a very, very difficult journey for me actually, because a lot of my fulfillment comes from creating content and connecting with y'all, seeing the comments and having conversations. Like that is genuinely what fulfills me. But there's other stuff. So I love scrapbooking. I have a whole scrapbook that I did when I was a child. I've been trying to get back into it. My issue is trying to find the time to get back into it, but I think scrapbooking is a really cool hobby. I have this really nice scrapbook that I did when I was younger, and I love the fact that I have it because it was kind of like a creative outlet for me. So I would just take pictures in my little scrapbook, and I would put together like little colored papers. I would cut them out in different shapes and sizes and glue the pictures in different designs and patterns and stuff. And it was just whatever I felt like putting in my scrapbook, I put it in there. So like there's one page where my mom had taken my brother and I to Cuba one time, and we went in like their cocoa taxis and all that. Did a little page dedicated to that. There was a time when the Pope died when I was younger, and I did a page dedicated to the Pope. I would highly suggest scrapbooking if you're a creative person. I've also been exploring baking, which is not the healthiest hobby, but it is a lot of fun and it is delicious. Just finding like a nice recipe online, whether it is for food or baking, whatever it may be, whatever makes you excited, like just creating in that way for me is just so fun. I just clearly love to create, whether it's content, whether it's cookies from scratch, whether it's a cute scrapbook. Like I just love to like create and like kind of do stuff with my hands. What I would also love to do but haven't done it yet is do like a cake decorating class. I think that would be so fun. Like, you know, the little heart-shaped cakes, and then you could just put icing on it and decorate it however you want. Like, I want to do that so bad, like so badly. There are also a lot more, I guess, affordable and like healthier hobbies. Like if you want to get into fitness, hiking. I personally love hiking. So those are a couple hobbies that I can think of from the top of my head. If none of these speak to you, definitely tap into whatever your interests are. What do you love to do? What's exciting to you? Because a hobby is meant to be fun. It's meant to be exciting. I would suggest, you know, if possible, just don't go into your hobby thinking like, okay, how am I gonna make money from it? Just go into it saying like, how am I gonna have fun with this? What is gonna make me have the most fun? What is gonna fulfill me? What is gonna make me feel excited to get up in the morning and do? That's what your hobby should be. But good for you for wanting to find a hobby in the first place, especially as like a growing adult, because like in school, it's so easy to try and go out there and explore yourself, explore your interests and stuff. There's electives, there's classes, there's all these things to do. But as an adult, you have to like actually be intentional about going outside and like seeking those things out and deciding whether or not you want to spend your money on it. But I do think that finding the right hobby is definitely worth like the time and like money investment that it may take. Next question, what advice would you give to a new natural hair content creator looking to grow? First of all, I love that. I am a huge believer. Like I know everybody talks about how the space is so saturated nowadays, but I am a huge believer in that there's literally space for everybody. So I'm excited for you. I think that's great. I think one of the biggest things you gotta do is just create. You just gotta create your content. You just have to be out there, putting yourself out there. That is definitely the first step, is just doing it. Try not to get stuck in the whole cycle of trying to learn from people, trying to figure out, okay, how do I do this the right way? It is so easy to get caught in that cycle, and you're so busy trying to figure out how to do something that you don't actually even ever go out and do it. So my first advice is always to just make sure you're doing it. Make sure you're out there creating your content. And then really over time, as long as you are creating consistent, high quality content, you're being authentic, you're sharing important information or sharing like your personality with your audience, people will find you. I think nowadays, because the space is so saturated, it is important to obviously differentiate yourself, and the best way you can do that is just by being yourself and showcasing your personality. Like really look inwards and figure out like, okay, what makes you different? What makes you you? What makes you who you are? And really tap into that. I'd actually advise against looking at everybody else who's out there and trying to like recreate what they have, because the thing is, what they have is their special sauce for them. You have to find what your special sauce is for you. And honestly, this is me talking to me, because I feel like the social media landscape has changed so much, and it's continuing to change. I feel like especially this year, it just feels like it's just changing and evolving, and that's the thing about it. It is an ever-changing and evolving industry. So I think that the most important thing to do is to make sure that you are staying true to you and who you are as a person, what you're interested in, what you're passionate about, what lights you up, because that always translates to your audience. People can smell BS from a mile away these days. Like if you're just out here thinking like, okay, this is what I want to do because content creation looks so easy and blah, blah, blah. Like if that's your mindset, this is already not what's for you. You really have to, you know, kind of know your purpose and why are you even doing this in the first place? Why are you doing this in the first place? Who are you doing this for? And why is it important? You just kind of gotta like figure those things out and just do it. Your community will always find you. There is a community for literally any and everybody out there. I personally love getting to be a content creator. I think it's one of the best jobs in the world, mainly because, well, two things. I love getting to be creative, and I have really loved and adored, honestly, just being able to share my natural hair journey with y'all over these years and getting to be creative with it and have fun with it and experiment with it and do another big chop and another big chop and grow my hair out and all that. Like, it's just been a really fun journey that I get to like continue with all of you. But this job, like as a job, helps to provide you with a lot of flexibility. Like I love so much being my own boss and managing my own time. I have had lots of struggles with it. I'm not gonna lie, it has not been easy. So it's definitely not an easy career. Like it might be like simple in terms of what you're actually doing, but it is very demanding of your time. And yeah, you really just have to like put your entire heart and soul into it. So those are my top tips. Good luck. I wish you the best. Just keep going. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep being passionate about it. Keep going and just don't give up. Great, we are almost there, y'all. This wash is looking really good. Also, I have to say that this combo smells amazing because this has that really nice tropical smell, but then the foam also, like, it smells so good. I don't even know what to say like the notes are of this fragrance, but it smells really good. This is actually the best smelling foam that I have ever used. Oh, it just smells so good. Great, next question. How are you doing mentally? You always look so beautiful and so happy. Thank you, that's so nice. I think this is so sweet to ask. I feel like when I have my good moments is obviously when I tend to create my content. So that's when I feel and look the happiest because I am. But I do definitely have a lot of moments where I struggle mentally. I just don't want y'all to think that, you know, I'm always happy and stuff all the time, because that is definitely not the case, and that is not realistic, I think, for anybody to be, you know, just happy and joyful all of the time. But yeah, I mean, I think overall I'm doing really well. This year I have done really well so far about, you know, keeping my promises to myself. Like the two big ones for me this year was being consistent on YouTube. And here we are. And then also staying consistent in the gym, which I have actually been really good about being consistent in the gym for like pretty much the last year. I just want to kind of amp it up a little bit this year so I can see a little bit more progress. But yeah, I definitely do have my days where I'm not feeling good, or I am second guessing myself, or I have a little bit of self-doubt. I think that is completely normal for anybody and everybody to have every once in a while. Definitely deal with like a lot of imposter syndrome as well, but I've definitely been trying to work through that. It's never a nice feeling to feel imposter syndrome. If you know, you know. But yeah, I just think overall, I definitely do have a beautiful life that I'm really grateful for. I'm grateful to know God. I'm grateful for my community that I've built here, my girls. I'm grateful for my house, grateful for my job, grateful for Hershey. I'm just a very grateful girl, grateful for my loves, my family. Like, yeah, I am grateful, and I make sure to practice gratitude literally daily. So when I do have my down days, I don't stay down very long. I think over the years I've gotten also really good at making sure that I'm giving myself grace for whenever I do have a down day, because I think it is very normal, it's very human, it is just a part of life. Everybody has their down days. Everybody feels like crap about themselves sometimes. So in those moments, I give myself grace, I let myself feel, do what I gotta do, and then it's back to being up and moving. Next question, what are some tips for rocking your real hair on vacation? And by real hair, I am assuming that you mean curly hair, your natural curly hair, because that is what I can speak to. You guys know I have been loving rocking my natural hair on vacation. Never ever thought that I would, but I do. And I think a lot of that is a testament to finding just a really good, solid, fairly quick routine that I can just trust every time to get my hair all the way together. Like there's no stress in terms of trying to figure out like how to get my hair to look good. You know, I know the products, I know the routine, I know what needs to be done. So that in itself is a big tip. Make sure that you have already landed your golden wash and go combo. Not just okay, this one is good, like I kind of like it. No. I'm talking about your golden wash and go combo that when all else fails, this is what you're gonna be using in your hair, because you know that is gonna bring your curls all the way back to life every single time. There is no doubt. It is the wash and go that will never fail you. For me, that is my Briogeo gel and my Briogeo foam. It's just an unmatched combo that I will forever love. So for me, when I'm going on vacation, my golden wash and go combo is what's coming with me, because we don't have time to play games with products that we're not 100% sure about, you know what I mean? Or it doesn't have to be a wash and go. I'm a wash and go girly, but whatever your way of styling your hair is, maybe it's a twist out, maybe it's a braid out, maybe it's flexi rods, whatever it is, make sure you just have your golden product combo, your golden regimen, your technique, whatever it is, and just bring that with you on vacation. For most vacations, I will actually just make sure that I style my hair right before I leave. So I'm going with a fresh wash, and then let's say it's like a 4 to 5 day vacation, I will just wear my hair out for as long as possible. And then, you know, with the wash and go opportunities are endless when it comes to your hair. You can throw on a hat on vacation and call it a day if the wash and go is getting a little frizzy towards like day 4, day 5. You can put it up in a half up, half down, or just a regular ponytail. Those are some of my go-to hairstyles as well. If it's a short trip, like a 4 to 5 day trip, I kind of just I won't expect to have to wash my hair on the actual vacation, but I will bring like a brush, some hair ties, maybe a hat, and those kind of things, so that if and when I do need to style my hair, like put it up really quickly, I can do that quickly and easily while I'm on vacation and still feel like I'm looking good, looking cute, you know? Scarves are really good for that as well on vacation. Shout out to our beautiful Curl Essentials scarf, which is currently sold out, so sorry, but we're also working on a restock for that very soon. If your trip is a little bit longer, I just end up bringing my golden wash and go combo in little travel size versions and just mentally plan to do a wash and go while I'm on the trip. It really is not the end of the world, honestly, to me, to have to do a wash and go on a trip. I've done them on a cruise before. No big deal, made me feel good. But there are also really ways to extend a wash and go for as long as possible without actually having to wash it on your trip, if that's really what you want to do. I think it really just comes down to the pre-planning and making sure that you just have the stuff that you need. It should not have to be 5,000 big heavy products. Get your favorite products in travel size versions, or get the little clear containers and put your favorite products in them, and just don't let your hair stress you out. Just don't. All right, curls are styled, and guys, this is really looking so beautiful. My curls look so juicy. And something tells me that we might still get like a good amount of volume from this as well. Just gonna make sure I touch up a couple of curls in the front. We also do have just a couple quick questions that I am still gonna answer really quickly. So somebody asked, what is your favorite refresh for your wash and go, which we kind of covered in the previous video. I just love a good foam. Any foam is so good for refreshing your hair, and actually tie that into the vacation, like the curly hairs on vacation question, because you know what? I actually use the Dew Mousse Def, which you know is one of my absolute favorite foams. It has the most hold to me, although this one might be in a little competition with it. But I have used that gel to slick back my hair into a ponytail. I use it to refresh a couple frizzy spots for my wash and go. So that's actually a great product if you just kind of wanted to bring as little products as possible, but you still need at least something that's gonna get you together on your vacation for like, let's say a week. A foam will always be with me at all times. So when it comes to refreshing my wash and goes, a foam 100% every single time. It is just so quick and easy. Your hair dries very quickly with the foam as well. That's my personal way. I like to keep it really nice, quick, easy, and simple as usual. Last question, what collab do you wish for 2025? Which I think was such a cute question. And it was interesting because it really made me start thinking, because at the beginning of this year, I had brands on my vision board that I really wanted to work with that have now come out and said that they don't care about diversity, equity, and inclusion anymore. Target. So I literally have not been back to Target since that came out. So I just can't with them right now. But in terms of a collab that I would love, you know what? I really love working with Briogeo and I would love to continue working with them. And I would love nothing more than to do a collab with them on like a special collection that I designed with them, or like some bigger packaging for the gel that I've been asking for years. Like that would be sick. Like to do like a real collab and like this is like Alyssa Marie's favorites, or this is Alyssa Marie's Briogeo collection or whatever. Like I think that would be really, really cool. There's more, but I just can't think of it at the top of my head. And also I am kind of that one of those people that's just like, I like to have like my biggest dreams and aspirations like in here, and I don't necessarily like to like share it too much with people before it actually happens, because you know there's people out there with bad intentions. People will literally pray against you, and I don't know, I just like keeping those things kind of close to the chest. But the Briogeo collab would be amazing. All right, so those are all the questions that we had, and these are the hair results that we have so far. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I am gonna go ahead and diffuse, and then I will be back to show y'all fully dry results probably on day 2, so we can just really get into final results with this wash, because hello? All right, y'all, it is day 2. And these are our results. This, guys, this is such a juicy wash. I mean, hello? And honestly, I think one of my very, very favorite things about this wash, especially after like sleeping in it last night, is the smell. It smells so good. So good. And it's not like an overpowering kind of smell, but it's just nice and fresh and clean, and I love it. So it actually does end up drying with a little bit of a hard cast, but it's one of those very, very flexible hard casts that kind of almost like crunch out on its own. But my curls, like the definition is so juicy. I will say we have like just a couple little pieces of frizzies or places that aren't like as defined as others, but for the most part, like, honey, we is defined. So I'm gonna fluff her out a little bit just for the day. I'm gonna take my usual current favorites, the Shea Moisture Rosemary Scalp and Hair Oil. Just do a little bit on the scalp. This oil smells really, really good too. Lately, I feel like I've been all about smelling good. I think also because with having longer hair, it's more hair, which means more smell, which means you gotta make sure it smells really good at all times. And I'm really enjoying finding products that are both like good for my hair and like effective in my hair, but also smell like amazing. And these I think are definitely being added to the list. Maybe tomorrow I'll probably end up like refreshing a couple of these little frizzy spots, but I think overall, this looks so good. It looks and feels really good. So we just found a new combo, y'all. I will definitely keep you updated with how long this lasts me until I feel like it's too long, but I could already kind of tell, just knowing my curls, I could see this lasting me until like day 4, day 5. This is a good one. I'm so happy we tried this combo. I can't wait to continue using it, because one thing about me, I like to use a combo multiple times before I really say like, okay, this is a solid combo. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you know. Once you use it multiple times and it's just hit after hit, that is how you know. So I definitely will be using it again. Yeah, guys, that is basically gonna be it for this video. I feel like we got into everything. We got into a solid wash and go combo that is juicy, girl. But then we also got into the juice of my life. We got a little deep yesterday talking about everything, but it just does feel just so good getting to connect with y'all again. I always say this, but I just have an extra special connection with you, my YouTube fam. Y'all are the best. My A-team, I love you so much. Today is actually George's birthday today, right now as I'm filming, February 27th. So he's here and we're getting ready to head out. We're gonna do brunch, we're gonna do dinner. We're like eating all his favorite things today. Here he is, birthday boy, 33.
You gonna say it like that? Good, YouTube, it's good.
Here he is. But yeah, guys, that is it. I will catch y'all right back here, same time, same place next week for another video. Love you. Bye.